Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the academic writing course again. Today's presentation is the second part of a series about the process of paragraph writing. A process. Writing is a messy process that leads to clarity. So, in the previous presentation, we talked about the first two steps of writing a paragraph within the academic writing context. And we, starting from a topic sentence, we suggested 3 topic sentences, and then we brainstormed for supporting ideas. And in step 2, we brainstormed for details, evidence, or examples. In today's second part of the presentation about the process of paragraph writing within the academic writing framework, we are going to look at steps 3 and 4. In step 3, we will learn how to identify the weakest arguments and eliminate them. And then we are going to learn how to organize our supporting sentences and our details, and how to use these details in an efficient manner. And then finally, in step 4, we will learn how to write the first draft. Okay, as you can see here on the slide, on the left side, I have the supporting sentences for my controlling idea, why I like Aunt Zahra more than anyone else. And on the right side, I have the details. As you can see as well, I have numbered these supporting ideas. So from 1 to 5. Now, first, let us eliminate and discard one argument, because 5 is actually a little bit more than you really need. On what grounds? What is going to be my criterion for discarding one or the other? Tell you what, the argument that you're going to eliminate is the argument that you cannot really develop, that you cannot develop very well. So if you look here at all the supporting ideas, you will see that for argument 5, the fact that Aunt Zahra is a composed person, that she's a calm person, I haven't been able to explain that. On the grounds that I cannot develop this argument, I'm gonna discard it. So I'm left now with 4 arguments. Now, why have I put the first one, open-minded, as the first? Why am I going to end my paragraph just before concluding sentence? I'm gonna end up with generous. It's actually a secret that I'm gonna share with you. See, when you write a paragraph and when you have to give arguments, when you have to develop your topic sentence or your thesis statement in the case of an essay, it is like you are like somebody who's trying to sell something, except that for you, you're trying to sell your arguments, you're trying to sell your ideas. It is also comparable to somebody who is playing cards. So if you're playing cards, when would you like to play your best cards? At the beginning of the game or at the end? I personally prefer to keep my best cards last. The reason why is that when you're writing for somebody to read. So when people read, they tend to remember the last arguments more than the first. So do keep your best arguments to the end of your paragraph or of your essay. I have followed the same rationale to organize my my details. Let's look at the details that I'll be using to sustain and defend my argument about Aunt Zahra to show that she's an active person. I say that she likes reading and gardening. She walks her dog Butsy every day. Whenever I go see her, she's doing something. And the other day, I'm going to finish with the other day, I found her changing the battery of her car herself. So I have decided upon this organization, this way. Why do I start? So it is the same rationale. I'm starting with what I think is the weakest detail and finishing with the strongest. How does that go? So if you look at the argument that I'm trying to demonstrate, it is that she's an active person. Now, if I say she likes reading and gardening, that doesn't really, it's not much of an action. Just sitting down and reading, just working in the garden is not that much activity. If you compare it with walking her dog Butsy every day, well, that is something. That is action. So I'm moving from say, an ordinary detail to a stronger one. And in number three, I'm moving to an even stronger and stronger one. Anytime I go see her, anytime I drop by to say hello, she's doing something. For example, the other day, when I dropped by to say hi, I found her with changing the battery of her car herself. And that is a very active woman indeed. So for the rest of the supporting ideas, I have followed the same rationale of moving from strong to stronger. Okay. Now, step four is about the writing. Is about writing the first draft. So I have already done the job here, and in the first draft, I strongly advise you to just put your sentences together, to focus on grammaticality, because this is just your first draft. In your second draft, perhaps a third draft, you're going to focus on other aspects. So what I have done here is I have put the sentences in grammatical shape. My focus at this stage in the first draft is grammaticality of my sentences. I'm not even bothering about punctuation, as that is something I will do later on, as you will see. I have done the same thing with the details and evidence. Now I have complete sentences and I am ready to engage into my second draft. And that is going to be the focus of the next presentation. I'll be working with you on the last step, step 5, where we will be drafting the paragraph for the second time and focusing mainly on coherence. You will see how that functions, and we will be revising and editing the paragraph just before publishing it. Well, thank you guys for your time and attention. I'm sure you've liked the content, and I'm urging you to show your appreciation for the effort and input in order to ensure the continuity and sustainability of this program, which is mainly designed for novice university students, those who are at a higher level, those who have finished, are senior students, certainly understand the frustration of the transition from high school to university. We'll be seeing you soon again. Take care and bye. Take care and bye.